Hello, my name is Chris Roberts. I'm a class action attorney in St. Louis, Missouri. Today I want to talk about something that's been in the news, the Robinhood stock market issues. And specifically, I want to talk about my thoughts on the class action lawsuits that have been filed against Robinhood and how I think that those cases will proceed. So let's start off and talk a little bit about what the issue is. Robinhood is essentially an application that people can use to buy and sell stocks and other investments through your iPhone, and you can buy and sell most of these investments without any type of a charge. As you may know, last week there was a lot of buying of stocks, particularly AMC, GameStop, and that put some hedge funds in a position where they had shorted the stocks and they were losing a lot of money. In response to the volatility of the market, what Robinhood did was they restricted people's ability to buy certain stocks like AMC and GameStop, and also to sell certain stocks. So what happened in response to that was people have filed dozens of class action lawsuits against Robinhood. And the big picture theory of those cases is that we have been damaged because I would have made a profit, for example, if you would have let me buy certain shares of a certain stock, or you would have let me sell shares of a certain stock at a certain price. And because you didn't do that, I lost a particular amount of money. So what people have done is they've filed dozens of class action lawsuits around the country. And let's talk a little bit about what a class action lawsuit is to put this in context. A class action lawsuit is where there's a single case filed on behalf of a group of people that have been similarly harmed. In this case, hundreds or thousands of people, or tens of thousands of people that have maybe lost money because Robinhood restricted their ability to buy or sell certain stocks. So a class action allows all these people to come into one case and to have their grievances aired in one single case rather than the court having to litigate thousands or tens of thousands of individual cases. So what do I think about how this case is going to proceed? Is it going to succeed as a class action? Is it going to fail? And here's my prediction. If you look at the small print and the terms and conditions of Robinhood's user terms and conditions, you will see, as you will see with most big companies' terms and conditions, there is a provision that requires a party that has a dispute with Robinhood in this case to what they call arbitrate the dispute. That means that the case can't be filed in court, but also there's a provision in the agreement that says not only can you not file the case in court, you cannot proceed in this case as a class action. So, Mr. Investor, you have to file an individual case in arbitration for a couple $100 or maybe a couple $1,000, whatever it might be, but you cannot bring this case as a class action. So, what the federal courts have generally done in these cases is they have enforced those agreements. Arbitration agreements are very difficult to defeat in federal courts. And so my prediction is that these cases will probably not proceed as class actions, at least in the federal courts. They will probably be forced to arbitrate these disputes. However, a kind of a unique strategy that some litigators have taken is to gather hundreds or thousands of clients and kind of turn that provision against the company and file hundreds or thousands of individual claims in arbitration. Now, this is a creative strategy because every single time that a claim is filed in arbitration, that forces the business to put up a significant fee to the arbitrator, usually thousands of dollars, just to open the case. So suddenly, if there's thousands of individual cases being filed in arbitration, right out of the gate, the business may have the risk of paying millions of dollars of filing fees to the business. So in that respect, it's possible that if Robinhood sees that as a risk, that they may not want to compel arbitration and may want to proceed with the case in federal court, but I do think that's unlikely. There's also issues with kind of the substance of the arguments being made as to whether or not the terms and conditions allow Robinhood to restrict buying and selling stocks or other investments. There are terms and conditions in the agreement that allow Robinhood to do that. However, whether or not those are enforceable remains to be seen. I certainly think that there is a colorable argument to be made, especially under consumer protection laws, that those terms should not be enforceable, or at least Robinhood has violated consumer protection laws because they've represented to consumers that you can buy and trade freely whenever you want at no cost, at no restriction. And that's kind of their marketing model. And then suddenly they've restricted people's ability to buy and sell certain stocks. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. It'll be interesting to see kind of the fallout for Robinhood that this has created. But if you have any questions or you want to discuss any class action matters, feel free to give me a call. Thanks for listening. Take care.